Byrd music by the bucket load, the Robbie Vincent Saturday show, live in London, Donald Byrd, still eating chocolate. And he has a favourite beer. And
that's right, it was brown. What was that?
I was trying to remember what it was. It was a beer you can only get in Britain, and I was racking my brains the other day.
Brown, is something brown?
Something like that. I know it came in tins, and I remember you had a couple of crates of it, and there was a sort of a wicked lint in it. Was it Newcastle Brown, was it?
That's what it was.
Okay. Donald Byrd, one of his favourite drinks, which you actually can't get in America. I had a letter from Chris and Candy from Wellingborough, and they said, "Dear Robbie, as you've got the Professor, alias Donald Byrd, in the studio, could you play Wind Parade, which we played a little bit earlier on, and wish him good luck for the concert tonight." And we're going to be in the third row, all right? So that's Chris and Candy in the third row. Herbie Hancock's got a new album to be released over here in the very near future. And you started him off, didn't you, back in the 60s?
Yes, I did. And he was always an incredible player. And the first time I heard him, Robbie, I said, "That's the man." I knew it right away. That's it.
In what circumstances did you see him?
Well, what happened was that I was working with Duke Pearson, and Duke Pearson decided to duck away from me for a night to go home to Atlanta, Georgia. We were going from Chicago to Milwaukee, and that's only 90 miles, and he wanted to go via Atlanta, which is like 800 or 900 miles out of the way. So I needed a piano player. And someone said, well, there's a little piano player who wears glasses. His name is Herbie Hancock or something like that. So I said, okay, let me give him a try. So I had Pepper Adams and everyone with me. So he came in that afternoon and auditioned. And right away, I knew he had it. And as a matter of fact, I found the tape the other day of the rehearsal that afternoon. And I played it for other people. And I said, "Would you have hired this man if you heard it?" And they said, "Yeah, of course."
And because Herbie Hancock's gone through many changes, hasn't he? A bit like you in a way, that he came out of some fairly hard jazz into some fairly, all these various fusion titles that they give them. And because he took a little bit of stick too, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. And I think the thing that you had the privilege of having a sneak preview about his new album, that I heard you jumping up and down and saying how great it is.
Well, there is one track on there which I think is outstanding. Yeah, I think it is when you were talking about fusion, it is a fusion of everything. I mean, it's just a fusion track, and it's got a lovely feel to it, and I can't wait to play it.
But you know, Robbie, like a lot of even some of the pure rock artists are doing the same thing. You know, that the Sheep now has done some things in jazz. But what I found is, like Kool and the gang, a lot of them, they really want to be jazz artists. And a lot of them have that kind of background, but they don't get the chance to do it. The Crusaders, of course. Even, you know that Linda Ronstadt had a jazz album?
I didn't know.
Yeah, well, it's on Electric. They won't let it out, but it's got everybody on it. Yeah.
And Patrice Rushen is a jazz artist.
Yeah, well, I knew
found a niche, hasn't she? She's found a bag.
Patrice was my West Coast Blackbird when she was in high school. I've known her since high school. She was used to come and play with me and everything. But she was a jazz player first before she got into what she's into now.
Does it give you quite a thrill to see all these little Byrd students popping up here and there?
Oh, yeah, like Leon Chancellor, what is it, Indugu? That was one of my West Coast, Or like, for instance, when you're playing the record just now with Ernie Watts, who Quincy now has got an album out. I've been using Ernie for at least 7 or 8 years, And it's nice. I had Sister Sledge first. But yeah, it's what it does. It gives you a sense of stability, because then you say, "Yeah, I was right," and it's nice to say I was right way before everybody else learned.
And one of them will always give you a job in hard times, won't they, Donald?
Yeah.
Yeah. They come along and blow with us, do a little downtown tour. So, Professor. Marcia, are you there in Haringey?
Hello.
Go ahead with your question of Donald Byrd.
Yes, sir.
Your concert on Sunday, and I was wondering if you preferred working live or in studio.
Oh, live, of course. Yeah, very much so. I'm from the old school. I like playing live, and I like playing at small places where I can get more contact with the audience, more eye contact. I can see if you're patting your foot and whether you really like the music and everything. I grew up in small clubs. I would rather work in a small, intimate place on a one-to-one basis.
That's going to be hard at Hammersmith, but I know we'll try. Because I can tell you what he does is, there's a platform that runs out into the crowd. He'll be right on the edge of it playing this thing. Byrd live in London.